So as far as that argument goes, I don't think it holds any water. So, of course they're going to go to the it's not a real religion argument, which I can talk in length about that also, but it's always going to come down to that whenever we do anything of what's a real religion, which is something the courts really don't like to touch because they understand it's not their purview to be deciding what's a real religion.
I think it's an inappropriate question even because I don't think it matters if this is to be considered by them a proper organized religion or merely religious opinion, which I would contest is just as protected. And in this, I blame the atheist community pre-existing the creation of TST for indulging themselves in the simplicity of bundling belief with dogma, superstition, authoritarian conditioning, and counterproductive tribalism, all for the benefit of being able to disown everything that speaks, that uses the term religion or religious in any type of way, insisting that they not be part of a protected class, which I think they had always been previously assumed to be part of. And if you read a lot of the old Supreme Court rulings when they dealt with issues of diversity in religion, and you read Scalia's opinion pieces when he would be speaking about religious liberty and expanding what religious liberty means, there was always that caveat that non-believers were not to be treated in any other way, nor were any of these public accommodations to be denied to non-believers simply for their non-belief. So I think they've totally moved the goalposts by arguing that we're not a religion, thus setting up the assumption that you have to be an organized religion and recognized as such in order to have access to public accommodations. Because now we're moving religious liberty away from being something that was simply meant to protect the equal rights of people practicing their religion and turning it into a super status where you have enhanced privileges if you identify with a religious group that is identified as such. And I think that itself is a dangerous maneuver or a dangerous shift that goes completely unrecognized and unrealized, in that it's outrageous to think that somebody of a specific religious opinion can't have a hate crime committed against them, whereas only people with supernatural beliefs can. Obviously, that defies the spirit of the law. It defies the spirit of inclusivity, diversity, and pluralism. And I think it's just a legalistic rhetorical ploy, and a very weak one, that's trying to change the landscape so completely to make us believe this. But I also think it's aided and abetted by the general ignorance of people who would be on our side, but are so quick to renounce any type of religious protection because they refuse to be lumped into that category that they insist must include blind faith, dogma, and all the things that they reject.
Yeah, and you bring up several points